The most problematic thing in our evolution is our ego. It sprouts very fast. So people observed its years for long, and then they devised that when you bow down to somebody, at least somehow for some time your ego is merged, because now it is not going to benefit the one to whom you are bowing down. That it is our own gratitude which reflects in bowing down, and the parinam is that this result is that our ego is demolished and they become little more receptive because of, and then only that evolution happens. Because when you are touched right way at right place, then evolution happens.
Nam Guruji, so my question is, Guruji, like when we bow down to a guru, like at least my experience is when I feel very overwhelmed, I also feel very good about it. But sometimes I feel it is becoming kind of like a customary thing, like whenever I meet you. So what is the right etiquette for this?
See, we have to look at it. The question is, what is there in this tradition of touching feet? In English we are touching feet. There is no such thing in our tradition, Indic tradition. What it is, how it begins is dandavat. That like dand means like a logwood, you bow down. That is called ashtanga pranam also. That means 8 limbs of your body touches the ground. Now, so what is behind this? This is symbolically surrender. So when the most problematic thing in our evolution is our ego. It sprouts very fast. So people observed its years for long, and then they devised that when you bow down to somebody, at least somehow for some time your ego is merged, because it has that when you are bowing down to him, that you are saying I am low, you are higher, I am low. Now it is not going to benefit the one to whom you are bowing down. So it is for our own convenience, for the disciples, they have devised this and inculcated in their behavior. Now those who are really in sadhana, they will definitely feel overwhelmed, because they are doing because of their own bhav, it is coming. But when this kind of feeling is not there, then you will not be overwhelmed. Then it becomes custom. So custom was devised for overwhelming, now the custom is becoming against the overwhelming. Because you are saying 10 people are there, now 9 are bowing down out of overwhelming. But one person is not feeling overwhelmed. Now he has a kind of compulsions, ki 9 are doing, if I am not doing it, then I am out of society. So with that bad feeling, then it boils down. Guru being sensitive, it touches him most bad way. Because if there is nothing, why they are doing this? So there is something, and there is a transaction in it, definitely. But it is different for the different people. Positivity does not have any issue. You are overwhelmed, you are getting overwhelmed. No problem. But when you are not and you are doing it, then you are sending a wrong signal. And then there is, and now he can't say anything. Can he point out somebody, you do not do this? Because that is against behavior, against etiquette. He can't do such thing. So this has been all the time this way only. When we are feeling overwhelmed, then nobody can stop. But when we are not feeling, then we should not do it. That is self-discipline. One thing is that. Then now it comes to the society. Now this is about the close satsang, where we all are initiates, and that is where I am saying. Now it comes to the public. Suppose there is a public function in something. There we say strictly, if they are doing namaste, that is sufficient enough to say that this is, because in society, this is contextual. In society there are so many trends running. One of the trends is that no, these people want that everybody should come and bow down to them. which these people never want. Last thing they would want to do such thing, because they have only to give, not to take anything from it. Simple logic. So this should go from them, because then it spreads in a wrong way. In a society, if it goes like that, then people say, no, poor people, they are working for them, so they are compelled to bow down and all those things. So that is not good. If somebody who is evolved and doing that is a different thing, because that will not, that evolved mean that will not do it out of foolishness or any compulsion. If he or she is doing because is overwhelmed, being overwhelmed, or bhav is there, that piousness, and that works. So when it is working, then who else is the evidence? We ourselves become evidence for that. But to avoid these things, we generally publicly say doing namaste is as good as bowing down, because the contemporary society is like that. But having said, that's why it becomes a delicate issue, that if somebody is really like that, they can come privately and do and go, if that is the story. But sometimes they have a movement. I have seen such instances. So if I block that, then it is not good of me. It's not right from my side also. It has to be in that disciplined manner. I have to allow that to happen. But that it is not for someone who is asking for it, and it is not mandatory, and no offense is taken. Even if you do not say anything, that is also fine. If you do this, this is common, sufficient. So that is what called pranam, that is sufficient. That's how. Bhav is that everybody has their own bhav. Now, what is behind this? See, the charansparsh is the word which is on. So, charan comes from vicharan and acharan. Vicharan means to move, and acharan means behavior. How we are behaving. How is our conduct? So we are charan, when it is about vicharan, charan shabd comes, vicharan means it is considered, it is true also that Guru means the Brahma. So how the Brahma is going on? Guru means the one who has attained. Guru means the one who is yoga ruled. Yoga ruled means the who has attained the union. That's what we call. Now we as a disciple are who? We have yet to attain. So we are called yoga ruh, that we are on that path. So to see that gati, motion, charan, we are bowing down to that gati, that I also want to come behind you like that. So wherever you are moving, I also want to move. That is why the charansparsh comes. Same way they say, as you are behaving, I also want to behave same way from my position. So bowing down means that I am anugaman, I am coming behind it. Vicharan and anugaman. Gaman means to move, gamanam. Anugaman means behind you. Anu means chota. So I am small and I am also moving behind you. So that is how this is seen spiritually. Now, is there something in touching physically? If yes, it is there. I am not saying it is not there. But when that is needed, Guru knows when to touch. They will find some way to touch you somehow. It is not from our side. So many instances are there. Like we take the example of Ahilya and Ram. So many. Now he says, Parsat pad pavan nari apavan prakat bhai tab punj sahi. Jo kachu man bhava swai bar manga gai pati lok anand bhari. Now they are saying that Ram is going to Ahilya and Parsat Pat Pavan. He says ki that Pavitra, then pious feet touching, she became what she was earlier. So she had become like a stone. Now there the seer who has written it, his wisdom is commendable. He never said who touch whose feet. He said Parsat Pad Pavan. Whether Ram touch Ahilya's feet or Ahilya touch Ram's feet is nowhere clear. So that is the height of the wisdom, where you say the thing and you leave it open. So then if touching was necessary there, without touching that thing was not happening, what had to be happened? So that happened. Then she said, then we became blissful, and she went to his husband's abode where he was there. Other instances are there. There are instances where like when Sita is going to Banvas. So she is going, Anushriya ke padgah Sita. So then she says she is meeting the seer's wife by touching her feet. Very clear, no confusion. So there where the touching is necessary, that is not our work as disciple, it is from the other side. They will somehow find way to touch that it is necessary. Otherwise, touch should be avoided. And now, what is there in this? All the seers, like when they begin, be it Kabir, Tulsi, those who are known for attainment, they begin with Guru Bandhana. Kabir begins like this: राम नाम के पठतरे देवे को कछु नाहे काले गुरु संतोषिए हौसी रही मन माए. He says, what I have been given, so I am grateful that I find nothing, what can I give in return? So he says, that craving still stays in my heart. What will I give so that I feel satisfied that he gave me this, at least I gave this? He said, could not do I just stayed with me. And that is why he could place whatever, wherever he tries, he placed the Guru above the God. He said, Guru Govind do khade kake lagu paye, balehari Guru aapne Govind diyo bataye. Now he says both are there, Guru and Govind. Govind is the one for he was craving. Govind is ultimate. So he says, now I have reached there. Now I am in confusion. Between the two, who should I give priority? So that again had two meanings of the word. Govind diyo bataye means either Govind himself said, not here, there. Or it is other way round. Guru, he says, because it is the Guru who took me to the Govind, so first Guru. So if we are looking from the ultimate side, then also the sign is same. Then also the conduct is same. If we are looking for disciple side, then also the conduct is the same. So when such wisdom is reflected, so they are saying that this incident has something. But how to go about it is when you are really overwhelmed, then only it is from our side to receive something. That is means you are becoming ready to receive. In that, if you say, no, I have to do it perforce because this is a captain, then it is not correct. For you are spoiling the atmosphere. So that should be the situation. Now, all are remembering. So they are doing Guru Bandhana. Like if Ramcharitmanas begins, then what is the first thing he is doing? He is not propitiating Ram or any Devata. He says, Bandho Guru Pad Kanji Kripa Sindhu Nar Roop Hari. That means, I am bowing down to the feet of my Guru, which are like lotus feet. Lotus has again a quality that when it is into the filth, it is untouched by the filth. Its petals are untouched and it flourishes best. So what he is trying to say is that by remembering that, he says, Sumrat Divya Dishti hi hoti. So he said, when I am remembering those feet, and how is he? He is very clear. Kripa Sindhu Nar Roop Hari. He says Nar, he is human being. And in the form of human, he is God. Kripa Sindhu, he is full with Kripa. And he is a human being. It is another matter, this is Guru's name was also Narsingh. So that also is there. So that is their wisdom, their howler. But the meanings are given by both. Hari means lion also. Hari means monkey also. Hari means Vishnu also. Hari means ultimate also. So all meanings they coincide depending on how evolved you are, that meaning will come to you. Some will rest on the monkey, some will rest on the Narhari, somebody will go higher, they understand. So he says, Sri Guru Padnak Manigan Jyoti Sumrat Divya Drishti hi hoti. That his, when I am remembering the feet, the nail on his feet, so I get some light inside me. And I get that Divya Drishti, which was given by Krishna to the Arjuna. He said, I get that. And then I am seeing the whole thing, how it is, and that is when he started writing. So there is so much, but that is symbolic. It goes with the attainment because of our gratitude. When we are in some path and we are following it diligently, then our evolution happens. With that evolution happening, our experience, because of our experiences of that evolution, we get this gratitude. Now that gratitude increases, then what else we can do other than bowing down to express that gratitude? So that is how this bowing down comes. Now if it, instead of all this, they say, no, this is a custom I have to do, then we are not doing the correct thing. So when it is uncontrollable gratitude, then it is good. At the same event, when it is not like that, then it is not good. So there is nothing in that, doing in it sense, in that kriya, there is not. But in essence there is, because these examples show that there is something, but this matching correctly is important. That's why so much introspection is needed, so much self-discipline is needed. Then we will be in a position to measure also the result, that how effective that is and how effective that is not. So that comes with the self-discipline, that how we are. This should not be in any way show. So I am not saying no to it, but I am not facilitating also it that way, because there is a maryada. You see, if you are made guard for something, and you stop everybody's entry because you are guard, then it is not correct. So that I can't do. But same way I can say those who are eligible, they only come through the gate. That's how. So that eligibility you decide, nobody else decides. We ourselves decides whether I am eligible for this or I am not. But from other side, when touching is needed, it will come, that much I can say. That is how it is. Another thing is for women. It is Sastang Pranam is also prohibited, and it has practically they have seen how the body shape is, so they have said though it is not necessary from them, for they can do like this and sufficient. So because beauty is also a thing, which is Satyam Shivam Sundaram. So when you are in a very big congregation, so many people are there, all are not evolved on the same path. When they have forgotten, they have gone beyond body, are only in their higher state, in higher consciousness. So to avoid all those things, somebody should not see you in certain other way. So that all has been removed by practically all this. But in privacy it is fine that way also. So, but other things we have said, in our satsang we have made very clear certain things, because looking at the society, we are living in a society. So I have clearly said, when I am alone, if some lady is coming, there should be another lady or some person around there. Never come alone to me. When I am alone, should not. Why I have done such things? Looking at the society, what is happening in the society. So if you remove such things beforehand, you take precaution, then you are in a good position. Nothing, because this lok, jo apavad, if public some blemish, some kind of unnecessary, because people are not in their right mind. So you have to take very many precautions, so that in no way your path is getting any blame, from as much as possible precautions you take, so that people have all good experiences only. They have no negative thought and all. So when you become bigger, then all these things become important. When you are a close, small group, then this issue doesn't matter. But beginning is there only. That's why even when we are small, we try to begin right way, so that when it spreads, nobody will have to tell, no, this has been our practice. It is like that only. If you are a woman, you have to go with somebody, or there should be somebody there. So these small things, for the sake of behavior, certain things we divide. Same thing we divide about the Ashtanga Pranam for women, that it is better to avoid. Namaste is sufficient enough. This much is okay, fine. It's okay. You can sit and do, you can stand and do, does it? Because it is a bhav with what that is important. Not that action, much importance is not that of the action, because you are there for the spiritual journey. You are not there for some show off. What is happening within you, that is important. So, overwhelming is such a thing that you have seen some satsang and people start dancing because they can't contain. So, can somebody say them, you don't do that? But people, still those who are depending on what kind of crowd is. Sometimes it becomes necessary to say, please now sit. So, these are very practical things, but essence is like that only. That it is our own gratitude which reflects in bowing down, and the parinam is that this result is that our ego is demolished and we become little more receptive because of that. When the ego is demolished, then we become receptive. So long as ego is there, receptivity is not there. And then only that evolution happens, because when you are touched right way at right place, then evolution happens. Then otherwise these smaller things, which is impressions, influences and attraction, 3 stages I tell now. So from removing impressions, going beyond influences and getting attracted to the reality, that this is who you really are. So in that form only reality matters. What is happening within you, that is who you travel, that is who living after body and everything, that is who you will be. Nothing of this you will remember who you were, where you were. Only that punji you will have, what you have earned, and that punji or sampatti, that is what you are. That is why it is called sampatti. Sampatti means falling equally on all. Sampatti word meaning is something which is falling equally on all, like grace. Now who is receiving it? Who has become worthy of receiving? It is falling on everybody, but somebody just do it like that. Somebody is ready, so they receive, it is falling on, that is called sampatti.
Guruji, this feeling of being overwhelmed, that is also something that is given?
Now that is earned mostly. When you are reached to a sea, it is like this. When you are a student, then you are given a course which is already there, curriculum, nobody is changing, you have books and all, and you are in a smaller class. But suppose you do your PG and now you have enrolled for PhD, doctorate. Then you become a contributor also, because you start exploring what the knowledge was there, and then the things which are not there in the syllabus was given to you by your guide. These are nowhere in the books, but this is the direction. Looking at your progress, they also give some input. So it is both way. When you become worthy, then this person is now moving somewhere where it will be utilized for the Lok Seva. What is the difference? We reach to a point where we realize that I am here for others. So when Guru looks at somebody and finds this possibility, now that person is getting ready to reach to that stage, that he will work for others, then something is given also at that stage if it is needed, and something he earns because he is moving in that direction.